Hi everyone, this is Cyber here. I'm here today to bring you a new video. This video is me doing a tier list for all horror-based multiplayer games I've had played that are you versus another human as either a killer, monster, that kind of thing. Kind of like Dead by Daylight, Friday the 13th, all that kind of stuff. All the ones I've played are on this list, so if I miss some, it means I either didn't play it or I forgot about it. I went through my whole Steam list of pretty much every game I ever played, but there are games that I might have missed that just I didn't remember. But there's a good amount of lists here. This is my own personal list. I will have a link down in the description that if you want to make your own tier list, you can. This is my personal feelings. If you never heard of the game, every time I talk about a game, I will drop a trailer to show it off a little bit, and yeah, so you can see what it's like. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm gonna try to make this as short as possible, but also talk about why I put things in a certain order. So let's talk about
I've been watching you. Will you dare to play?
first one's DC 2. Well, we also have DC 1 on here because I played both versions. I actually prefer DC 1 because I felt like I had a little bit more fun. DC 2 has some good stuff in it. But overall, DC 2 just didn't hit like the first one did to me. I had a lot more fun with it. Now, DC 2 does have a lot of good things. I'm going to put it in B tier because it's not terrible, but it also is not the best. So I'm going to put both of them. I'm going to put DC 1 in first and then DC 2. There's no specific order when I put them in here. I'll try to keep them in the order of if I think they're better or not. All right, let's go Killer Clowns. So Killer Clowns is still around nowadays. People are still playing it. Not a big crowd, but people are still playing it. I did have fun with the game. It could be fun. It could be very frustrating, but I think overall they did a very good job with it. It still has a lot of issues, especially with the player base. So I'm going to put in A tier as a good, they nailed it as a world. All right, next one a lot of people might not have heard of, Soul at Stake. It's like a Japanese horror, kind of like Dead by Daylight, but their own version. There's actually two Japanese or Chinese games that are like it. Soul Stake, I actually enjoyed a lot. It was very different, and there was a lot of stuff you could go on. You had to bet for new perks. It had to deal with a lot of gambling and stuff and cards. No one's playing it anymore. I wish I could still play it, but I did try to go in, but I can't. I'm going to put that actually in B tier. Yeah, that's pretty much all I say. It wasn't a perfect game because I felt as a victim or a card person, it was very hard to go against monsters, but if you knew what you were doing, it was pretty easy. All right, next one is White Noise 2. If you never heard of it, you're a monster. You have different abilities. The victims or survivors, whatever you want to call them, I don't know what they were called in the game, but they had to look for tapes. When they found the tapes, if you were close, it would vanish them. The monsters did not like light, so flashlights were your thing. You could help your teammates. I enjoyed it. We actually played a lot with my friends, and yeah. And you can still play. You can go against bots. But I actually really enjoyed that. I'm going to put it A tier for me. It's actually a game I really enjoyed a lot, playing both sides. All right. Next one is Video Horror Society, VHS, as a lot of people called it. I personally actually like the design of this game, but the problem is people got very good at it and knew kind of how to bait the monsters and take advantage of situations, and that's really the reason it died. It just, there was no good way to balance that, because that's how the gameplay was. When I was facing people that weren't the best, like, that took advantage of it, it could be fun. Even playing against monsters that were pretty good wasn't too bad. I probably would say it's probably a C tier. I just wasn't the biggest fan of it, but it had a great design, a great concept to it. All right, Bigfoot. All right. So I played this game with my friends. We played it like one time. We had fun, but it's one of them games you can just pick up ever so often to play. And if they added new things, it's good. But eventually it's going to get boring and you pretty much know how everyone plays it. So I'm going to put that as C tier. I don't think it's a terrible game, but it's also not the best game. All right, the next one is Gold Express.
What is the purpose of this global campaign? What's the code name?
變咗鑊，打咗鑊。
私たちは必ず生き残れます。
小心，呢度有鬼。
Take over the prison and start cleaning up. Human beings are everywhere.
出嚟行，預咗要還。
All of this is inevitable to happen.
Are you sure you can do it?
當然，
Gold Express is another Japanese, Korean, Chinese Dead by Daylight game. You are robots, and I don't know the background fully of it, but I played it for maybe like a week and I moved on to other stuff. So I'm actually gonna put an F tier. I didn't like it as much. I didn't understand how it plays as the victims or survivors or whatever you want to call them. I didn't understand how to play them and how it worked. I played more of the robots and I enjoyed that, but I didn't understand how it both works. Motorstone II. Which is, if the first one is a single player game, this one was actually multiplayer. It was all about stealth, but eventually people knew how to get it down pretty fast, and the monsters just couldn't keep up. It was a lot of, it just didn't last long, didn't do very well. I liked playing monsters when I wasn't facing people taking advantage of stuff. But it kind of failed to me. I didn't play it long enough, so it goes at F tier for me, fortunately. There's two of this one in here, I believe. Yes. It's Home Sweet Home Online and then Home Sweet Home Survive. They are the same game. They just changed the name when they came out, different versions of it.
Have you ever heard of hindrances? When you're in hindrance, your spirit cannot move on. Hindrances are what prevents the spirit from continuing on to the other realm. It lingers, wandering as a ghost. This realm we are currently in, this is the hindrance. Your anxieties, your attachments to the world. These are your hindrances. What goes around, comes around, as they say.
I actually kind of liked it. It was decent. But there's no one playing it, and if there are people playing it, it's in Japanese or Korea or all that countries. So there's no communication with them. Excuse me. So I enjoyed it. It's just there's not a big community for it, and they kept putting it in maintenance mode for like months, and then you to come back, and it was just hard to play. I tried to keep up with it, I just couldn't do it. So I put it at seared because I did enjoy it, but it was badly managed by the team. All right, Dead by Daylight, a game that everyone knows. Everyone knows. I probably won't show a trailer for this. Everyone knows this game. It's not my favorite game at all. Now I like the characters. They give a lot of support. They have a lot of events. I give them mad prompts for that, but gameplay to me is very boring over time. But I have to give them credit, so I'm going to put it in A tier. I know I had no S tiers yet. I will get some S tiers in here. We just haven't hit them yet. Dead by Daylight is a good game. It's just not my type of game. It's very trolly ready, really sweaty to me. And I can pick it up ever so often play, but I only can play a couple matches and I get done. Dead Realm. Now, I didn't get to play this game that much. I got to play a little bit, but it was after not popular anymore. Dead Realm, decent idea, but it just didn't get the support it needed, so it goes F tier, fortunately. Just because it died doesn't mean it's not a good game, because there's a lot of games up here. Video Horror Society, Soul State, White Noise 2, they're games that are not around anymore, really. So that doesn't go based on tiers, but if they died fast, then yeah, I'm gonna probably dock them points. All right, big one that no one needs to see a trailer for. I'm pretty sure everyone knows this game. Friday the 13th. Do I have to say more? One of the best asymmetrical horror games ever to me, just because I have so many memories with my friends, and it was life-changing game. I know people say Dead by Daylight is, but I know like a lot of people were like, oh, it had buddy problems and lag issues and content stop. Yes, it's very upsetting the content stop. Now we can't play it anymore and that kind of stuff. But I just have so much memories, and I enjoyed all the hours I played it, and down to the very end. So that goes in S tier, fortunately. For if you're not a fan of it, it's just one of the biggest memories to me. Now we go from one of the best games to one of the worst games. Pretty much all I'm going to say about this, it's Charlie the Legend. It was like a Chucky game, but without getting lawsuits. The developer and the whole thing behind it is scummy, and that's all I'm going to say about it. It goes at F tier. It's not a good game. It's not fun. Last Year in the Nightmare, or any of the last year version. I didn't want to throw them all up here. I'm just going to throw them under that. There's no news on the last year's coming back right now. I don't think it's coming. They ran out of money right now. But Last Year in the Nightmare, great concept. Loved everything in the beginning, and then as they developed and changed things, it got worse and worse. But overall, it's still a great game. You can have fun with it, especially in the beginning. I had a lot of fun with it. The biggest problem is it wasn't balanced very well, and I'm gonna throw that in B tier. It's a decent game. It just had a lot of problems. Secret Neighbor. So this, you were the neighbor and you had kids. You could play as the kids to sneak in, get stuff. I don't remember exactly everything you had to do in it, but me and my friends played it for like a couple days, and then we just stopped playing because we've figured out kind of how you can kind of win as kids all the time and not really worry about the neighbor so much. All right. And that goes in C tier. Because it's not a terrible game, but it wasn't very good, and it didn't have longevity to me. I'm not sure if people still play it today. I didn't look, but yeah. All right, that's when it's Prop Night. I did play with my friends. I actually played by myself, and actually these videos I done on my channel were very good because a lot of people liked it. It was just gameplay and me playing, and the killers, and I think it was a decent game. The only problem, the developers are scummy. They made a zombie open world game that was a scam, pretty much, and they also made this game. Prom Night was cool, decent. I'm gonna give it like a B, because I did enjoy what I played, and it was a cool idea. Puppet mastered the game.
No thing must stop me from seeking you out and making each one of you to your knees for what you have done. And you will cry me mercy. No mercy, my friends. No mercy.
Will not escape.
I commend the developers a lot for this. They're working with a very little budget, and they keep adding stuff, and they're trying to get on consoles and that kind of stuff. I commend them a lot. I'm going to give them a decent rating because I did enjoy playing with my friends. We had fun. I played the single player stuff. It has a very dedicated community. I don't play that often. I check out their new stuff. It gets a B for me. It's not a terrible game. It's silly, but so are the movies. Now we're getting to another one big for me because I played it, every variant of it, Hide or Die.
You can hide, but you can't run.
I was a big supporter of Hide or Die. I tried to give them support every way possible. I actually helped build the last version. Well, like, I did feedback to the last version they came out with. And I enjoyed and played a lot of every version that came out. And I loved that game. I still miss that game because there was a special feeling with it. It's too bad the developers went down the wrong path and they kind of killed their own momentum going into it by adding guns. That's what killed the game, and it wasn't what people wanted. So for me, it goes S tier because I loved that game. I enjoyed every version of it. You know, some versions weren't as fun as the original idea, but I did enjoy it. Now, the Blackout Club. I played it for a couple days with my friends. We couldn't fully understand the idea behind it, but it wasn't broken. It just didn't have a player base, really. We were the player base for that at that time when we started playing it. I'm gonna throw it in F because it just didn't have a community and it didn't have a straightforward idea what it was. Was it fun? Yeah, because we had moments of not knowing what to do. But it just didn't carry itself that well. All right, A Way to Be Dead. Now, this is another game that a lot of people did not know about. I played it with my friends a couple times. There were some problems with it, and they just never got it balanced back. They put it offline for a little while. They said they were working on trying to re-ramp it, make it better, and they just never came back. I check every so often to see if there's anything going on with it, and it's dead. I'm going to put it in F just because the developers left and there is no answer or rhyme or reason to it. And we're on to the biggest, probably popular game right now on this list besides Dead by Daylight. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the game. Great environment, great characters, everything's great. Gameplay has a lot of issues, but it's still fun to play at times. Is it S tier? No. It's A tier, right next to Dead by Daylight. Actually, I'll probably put it in front of Dead by Daylight because I enjoyed the gameplay a little bit more. I'm going to put it actually right in front. Let's see. See, I'm not the biggest fan of Dead by Daylight. I said this, but everyone's allowed to have their own opinion. This is my list here of my games. You can like it differently. You can say, oh, I have bad taste. I don't care. Let's just keep it civil down in the comments. Let me know what you think of it. Be civil, just say, oh, I want to change stuff. Or you can make your own list. I'm going to put the link in the description, like I said, if you want to make your own tier list. I don't know if you guys can add anything, but if you do, you can. All right. I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. See you guys later. Peace.
Thank you for checking out this video. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe.